Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's session on how AI is impacting asset management across the world. I'm Avi, and I'm the CEO of Effectus Capital Management.
Good day. I'm Fezile. I am a junior equity analyst at Effectus Capital Management.
Today, we're going to discuss the impact that AI is having on various components of asset management, which include compliance, administration, portfolio management, as well as research. We've seen tremendous strides by asset management businesses that have implemented AI across their domains in the business. So for the next 15 minutes, we'll unpack all of these interesting topics in a Q&A format, and we move over to our first question. The back office of an asset management company is not often talked about, it's not in the spotlight, but we know how important administration is to an asset manager and its clients. So, Fazile, can you discuss how AI is enhancing administration of asset management companies?
Good question, Avi. Traditionally, administration has involved repetitive and manual tasks such as reconciliation, data capturing, preparing client reports, and running compliance checks. These processes are very time intensive and usually follow a standardized and structured framework. This makes them ideal for AI tools like machine learning. Research shows that firms that harness AI's capabilities for their administrative tasks can reduce operating costs by up to 25 to 30%. Utilizing AI for administrative functions allows teams to focus on higher value work like client servicing, data interpretation, and strategic decision making. So overall, AI does add additional value to the administration function within an organization.
And Fazile, if you look
Yes.
at the black box of sort of asset management being portfolio management, we all know how critical this is to asset management. How is AI giving an edge to portfolio managers?
Interesting question. AI is becoming a game changer in portfolio management. It gives managers the ability to process vast amount of data, like company reports, policy changes, and market data significantly faster than ever before. The speed at which data can be processed can assist portfolio managers to perform their functions with more rigor and efficiency. Actually, AI is very effective at running multiple scenarios and stress tests. And this helps managers see how their portfolio would behave under certain conditions. I think AI can reduce some of the biases that naturally creep into the decision-making process. And this is mainly because AI looks at data objectively and filters out emotions. But I do want to be clear that AI doesn't necessarily replace the role and function of a portfolio manager. Managers still bring their judgment, their expertise, and the accountability. I think that AI just adds and equips them with faster analysis, sharper forecasting, and stronger risk management tools. And all of this makes the overall investment management process more robust and efficient.
Fazile, given what you've said about how AI can assist portfolio management, there
Mhm.
is some talk in the industry that AI could replace research analysts. Do you share that view?
Tricky. But I'd say yes and no. AI is a very powerful tool, but I don't think it's at the point where it can be a replacement for human judgment. I think currently I would compare it to an advanced research assistant who can read everything, cross-reference sources, and also highlight patterns instantly. But the decision on what matters how to weigh risks, and also how to communicate these insights to a client still rests with the investment practitioner. For example, AI can tell you that a company's operating margins are falling, but only a seasoned and experienced analyst can connect the dots, whereby can connect the decline in margins to maybe management strategy not working out, the industry, the context of the industry within the company, the context within the industry that company is operating in, and also overall market and investor sentiment. I think that machines provide speed and scale, while human beings would provide the narrative and the accountability necessary.
How do you see research teams evolving over the next 5 years, Fazile?
Well, over the next 5 years, um, well, nobody knows the future with certainty, but if I had to make an educated guess, I think that research teams will become smaller, more agile, and more impactful. I think instead of multiple analysts covering one sector, you might have 3 to 4 analysts covering multiple sector, and they will do this obviously with the support of AI tools like machine learning, generative AI, and natural language processing. I think for junior analysts like myself, will be able to produce insights at a level that used to take years and experience to achieve. And this will accelerate both learning and also the output we contribute to a firm or an organization. That said, I do think human oversight and institutional memory will become even more important because AI can scale, but it does not, at this moment, replace context, ethics, or judgment that human beings provide. I think the winning firms will be those that can find the right balance between embracing AI for efficiency and its reach, and also keeping human expertise at the center of decision making and interpretation.
Yeah, those are some interesting insights, Fazile. Thank you so much. You've really given us some food for thought to think about.
No, thank you so much, and I appreciate the opportunity.
That brings to an end the first half of this discussion. For the second half, Michael, who is a junior equity analyst at Effectus, will be joining us to unpack some of the other important aspects of AI and asset management. Welcome, Michael. And your first discussion point is going to be around compliance. And compliance is really important in asset management, right? How how is AI being incorporated into compliance without adding any risk?
Artificial intelligence is proving valuable as an early warning system. It can scan transactions and flag anomalies in real time. But this does not replace the compliance officer nor the compliance team. Regulators still expect a lot of transparency and accountability from investment firms. So humans still sign off and interpret compliance reporting. Artificial intelligence, however, does make teams a lot faster and more effective, but the governance still remains human.
If you look at the research process for many asset managers, Michael, there is an immense amount of information and data across all platforms that are available to analysts, from earnings calls to filings to reports to satellite data. I mean, there's tons of data out there, right? Can AI improve or help analysts in their day-to-day work?
100%. AI thrives on that volume. It can process thousands of pages of company filings, earnings transcripts, and alternative data sets like shipping manifest or even satellite images within minutes. What's valuable is not just the speed of artificial intelligence, but rather the pattern recognition of it as well. AI can surface correlations, detect tone shifts in management commentary, or flag anomalies in supply chain data that might take an analyst even weeks to notice. Instead of spending most of our time collecting and cleaning data, analysts can spend time on higher value activities or work such as interpreting signals, forming the investment theses, and stress testing our assumptions. The human role isn't replaced by AI. However, it does compress the time it takes for information to be processed and the time it takes for insights to be generated as well.
A lot of AI experts across the world um, always say that AI is only as good as the question that is asked. What is meant by this, Michael?
So the quality of artificial intelligence output is directly tied to the precision of the input. If you ask AI something broad like, tell me about company X, it's going to give you a very surface level overview. However, if you go more in depth and you say and you frame your question like compare company X's Q2 to Q1 earnings call, highlight the revenue drivers, flag new operational or regulation risk, you're guiding AI to a more actionable output. The difference is like asking a junior analyst to research a company versus giving him or her a very clear mandate on what to research. Prompt design is emerging as an essential skill for any analyst to have. It requires a lot of domain knowledge and also knowing where the risk might lie when asking questions and how to frame your entire scope or intention around a question. In a way, analysts are not only becoming financial experts, but we're also becoming masters at AI workflows.
Our last question for today, Michael, relates to the fact that we've talked about all the wonderful benefits of AI and how it can be used across asset management companies, but there's definitely risk in using AI. So where does AI fall short?
Great question, Avi. AI has a lot of blind spots. It can inherit biases from data it's been trained on, meaning it might amplify the market consensus instead of challenging it. It can also misinterpret regime shifts, for example, asset pricing and the relationship it has with interest rates. So, for example, if anything structurally changed within the macroeconomics of the global economy, AI might not pick that up because it has been trained on historical data, which might not be true. This leads to the next issue, which is black boxing or black box investing rather, which means that AI can generate accurate predictions. However, when it comes to when it comes to the reasoning, it cannot explain how it got to those predictions, which is a major problem for a heavy regulated industry such as the finance industry. This is why governance in investment management or asset management is non-negotiable. Firms need clear oversight structures, valuation processes, and accountability frameworks. AI should always operate under human supervision, with analysts questioning its outputs, not just accepting them at face value. Um, with a disciplined AI can be a very powerful tool. However, if used recklessly and blindly, it can become very dangerous. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Michael, for those perspectives and insights. And to you watching this video, thank you for joining us today. We hope you have found the session very useful and insightful. And we've given you some tips on how to use AI in asset management and how the business is changing and evolving and the benefits that you can derive from the use of AI in asset management. Thank you.